Well, hello. Good night. It is 11:02. Good to know what time it is. Used to be at 11 o'clock they would say, "It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?" Well, let me see. My daughter, Virginia, is in Germany. My son, Ben, is at home, probably. I think his wife is in China. He might be home by now. And let's see, Elida. She's probably just getting off work. And Daniel, he's probably at home. And Abe, hmm, he's probably in his dorm. I don't have a clue where my children are, but they know where I am, I think. They might not know either. So I've been planning my trip home. I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go to LJ. Then I'm going to go to Nashville. Then I'm going to go to um, Indiana. I think two or three people in Indiana. Two people. Then I'm going to cross under the Great Lakes and go around on the American side. And I'm going to stop and see two people. One of whom told me that visiting her would be like better than a trip to the White House or an invitation in the White House or something like that. Isn't that sweet? And then I'll go around the Great Lakes and I'll cross over in Alexandria Bay and I'll go home. Have to pick up Barb in Nashville. I'm trying to phone people ahead and ask them if it's okay to come by. I love getting to know you guys. I don't want a fan club. I don't want a bunch of fans. I want friends. So it's so cool to find people that want me for their next door neighbor. Isn't that neat? It feels good to be wanted, doesn't it? Do you feel that way? I like it. So we had a nice day. I went for a walk, took Mom to her appointment, and then while she was in there, I went for a walk around the block. I tell you, the most beautiful old houses. I guess it reminds me of the Glebe in Ottawa. No, it doesn't. They're big old houses. Kind of like Brockville. Anyway, and some of them weren't so big, and but they did have big front porches, and they had porch swings on them. Porch swings on the porches. They had porch swings, and even on the porches above their porch swings were fans. Isn't that neat? Like ceiling fans. I thought that was the coolest thing. Very hot in Georgia when you don't have a breeze. And I thought that's just the neatest thing to find. I thought that would just be so cool. I even found a eucalyptus tree. It was very small. It was almost like a bush. But it was a eucalyptus. Can you believe that? Isn't that unbelievable? And there was a bush like the one I planted out front for my mom that smells really fragrant in the wintertime. Here, the plums bloom in February. I mean, the roses are still starting to bloom, and the camellias are all in full bloom. This is November the, 14th? Anyway, so that was a beautiful walk. It was 76 degrees today. Can you imagine that? Like, who has 76 degrees in the middle of November? It was perfect. And I went to the store and I bought some more bags so I can make more Nancy Today University bags. Isn't that cool? Can't figure out exactly how I'm going to work this. I graduated from Nancy Today University, and then there has to be some sort of um, a test of some sort, or at least people have to tell me that they did. I mean, watching 9,400 videos is probably a lot, but it's no harder than going to university. Do you think? Probably take you as long too. hmm. have to write an essay on what you learned at Nancy Today University and how you applied it. So one side of the bag has a picture of me in my car and a whole pile of bales of straw on top. Did you ever see the video with 13 bales of straw? You should look it up. Just look up straw. Nancy Today straw. And says Nancy Today University across the top. And then I thought on the back it should say, I graduated from NTU. Then it should have a black cap with a tassel on it. And then down across the bottom it should have, you know, YouTube, all that blah blah blah. Nancy. www.youtube.com/NancyToday. Let's just say that down at the bottom, don't you think? Maybe it could say I've seen, and it could say how many videos, and that would be a number that would be put in. There's 450 playlists at the top of my page. If you click, you see there's 3 words at the top. There's uploads and there's playlists. Maybe there's favorites. I don't think I have favorites on there. Figure you got busy enough. So if you click on playlists, it should open out and there'll be 450 playlists. And you have a little grid, 2 little grid pictures. One is dots and one is lines. If you pick the one with the dots, then you'll get all those little icons all the way back and forth across the page. And you can see all 450 of them. And you can see if you've watched them all. I can't watch them. I have to relive my life. That's 3 years I'd have to relive. You know how long it would take me to relive 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. Anyway, so that's what I did today. I had a pretty nice time. I also got one of those mats that you cut on, a mat that has no memory, so that when you cut on it, it comes back. It's a great kind of mat, I think. Anyway, I got one. They cost like, I don't know, it's like $100 at this store where I buy stuff at home. And it was, hey, how come that needs to be plugged in? And it was like $14. So I can cut my birch bark and work with my birch bark. So when I head back to Canada this time, I'm only going to stay there for a few weeks. Well, from the time I leave here, it'll probably be 2.5 weeks before I get back. Maybe 3 weeks. That's because I spend so much time visiting with everybody on the way. But I figure, you know, I'm already there. I should say hello. This is a new drive, a new way. I always go straight down I-81 and up and back up, 85, 77, and 81. This time I'm going up to Nashville, and then I'm going to go straight north and around bottom side of Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, and then Lake Ontario. Is that right? Lake Erie's at the bottom. Lake Ontario's up the side. No. Yeah. No. Between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario is Detroit, right? Isn't that right? I'm not going in there. Oh yeah, Buffalo is on one side, Detroit's on the other. I could go up and go in through Buffalo and across Sarnia, but I'd rather go on the American side because gas is a whole lot cheaper, like $20 a tank less. So I thought I'd go American side, and then I can see these people. I guess I also have friends in the other side, in Sarnia and whatnot. Well, anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. You can do this at home, but you have a hard time at home doing what I do because I don't really. Goodbye.